What's up, H-Town and all around? I'm OSG. This is the Dash Dispatch. With me, as always, is the dynamic Foxtrot. What's up, Andres? How you doing, bro?
Pretty good. I've been able to recover after this past weekend, and 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 just looking forward to talk about a lot of things today.
When you say a lot of things, man, we got a lot going on. You know, the Dash
Yep.
are trending with Houston sports right now. But not dead, but should be. But it is what it is. But let's start. Let's start with the biggest news of the week and kind of crazy news out of the blue news. A little addition to what we have been told previously. We're not trying to sell the entirety of the Houston Dash. We're just trying to sell minority of the Houston Dash. Hint, hint. We're talking about the potential sale of the Houston Dash, as a rumor has popped up, a big rumor, the sale of the Houston Dash for $120 million to RHC. A lot of backstory to it. Chinese owned. The father. All right, you know what? I'll just let Andreas tell you. There's an article where it just sparked it all. So Andreas, give us the info, and then we'll just argue about it. I guess probably not argue. We'll just probably just give our points.
Yes, and just a little bit of context because I think last time we talked about the ownership and Ted Seagal trying to find investments into the club. I think that was like a few months ago that we didn't have like any updates. I was expecting like something to happen imminently, but it looks like there's already takers potentially. And there's plenty to talk about this news because, as you mentioned, our RHC Group interested in a stake at the Houston Dash. It's not clear if it's just like a minority stake or the entire thing, but
I
the
mean,
valuation
the
120.
value is 78 million for the Houston Dash, and what the report is 120 million. So is that
Yeah,
minority? But you're right to tell the
that's
truth. You're right to tell the truth.
yeah. It looks like it's gonna be majority, but then again, it's not clear enough, and there's definitely a lot of things that still have to be explained to us. But the news broke out. It was breaking news with Sportico this past week, and I highly encourage you guys to read the entire article. I'm gonna go through a few problems that I found interesting and informative, but it's up to you guys to read it on the whole story and find your own conclusions. But you're definitely gonna get our own opinions though. But Houston Dash owner Ted Seagal is in advanced talks to sell the NWSL team to RHC Group for $120 million, according to multiple people familiar with the talks. The league, however, is currently seeking additional information on the source of RHC's money, said the people who were granted anonymity because the details are private. RHC was founded by 24-year-old Richard Hixiao, who is the American-born son of Chinese billionaire Xiao Zhenhua. Xiao reportedly built his fortune in business with Communist Party leaders and is currently in prison following a high-profile abduction by Chinese agents and subsequent disappearance. That's like the last the last sentence there. I was like, well, uh, we'll see how this goes, but yeah, just skipping through. Like I said, if you want to read the whole story, I did read to the article on Dynamic Foxtrot, but you'll also see it on No Tiempo. Uh, the Endubisto's thorough due diligence process regarding the proposed transfer of control ownership of the Houston Dash is ongoing. A league rep told Sportico, as with all such matters, the Endubisto Board of Governors retains full authority to approve or deny any ownership change based on the league's governance standards. Should a deal go through, it will separate Seagal's MLS team, the Houston Dynamo, from the Dash. Though the Dash new owners will build out infrastructure and keep the team in Houston, sources said. As Seagal bought both soccer clubs in 2021 for around $400 million, and the Dash were a negligible part of the transaction financially. So it's a lot to take in. And the other thing I wanted to highlight is uh, Sportico's valuation for Dash is around $74 million, which is based on obviously it could just be the roster, facilities, and just team valuation overall. But it follows it's below the league average of 104 million, and there's a lot of money in there, but there's a lot to talk about this.
A lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. All right, so yeah, so Dad, you don't know where the money's coming from. Dad's in prison. Dad's doing whatever Dad did for the Chinese. Dude's American. He lives here. He is here, I guess. Is his money blood founded or is it legit? That's where the stake is going to come from. Where the NWSL is going to figure out where did the money come from. If his money's legit, I think, man, I would be for it. I don't know, man, because I don't know enough history of this dude or his company or what he's like. Is he a sport, an entrepreneur? Someone trying to
I want to give
someone trying to spend that
yes.
much money when the valuation is that much lower, though, even though you know the valuation is going to pop above, so that's a good stake. I'm gonna throw a lot of money in. I know the valuation can go above her, but what else you got?
So based on what the article is saying, apparently that group was has been interested in having a purchase or purchasing a stake or having ownership into an individual club for a while now. I don't know how the structure of governance between that organization and the club is
Where is
gonna be because
RHC
obviously
based?
there's so RHC Group. I did pull out the website to see some more information about that. Um, the main statement that they have on their website is that RHC Group is an investment and philanthropic platform dedicated to empowering organizations, programs, and individuals at the intersection of sports, entertainment, and the community. So it more so
Contact him, and what does it
falls
say to
under the on.
contact him? Where is it based?
So I was looking for like whatever they are based, and the only contacts that are listed are Richard Hichel, and basically the person that we just mentioned that it should be based in the U.S. And according to the LinkedIn info, which is still loading for me,
Of
uh,
course.
yeah, like it's still apparently it's based in the U.S., but they do have ownership stakes in a couple investment firms as well as a Greek basketball team called RSBC. So
Aries before
apparently,
prize. All right.
according to the rumors, that they've been looking into investing in women's sports, and in the website says that they've been investing in women's sports and media coverage. I don't know what the extent of that is. So it seems that on the surface level they're showing interest, but as far as I can see, like I don't know how tangible that is. And of course, there's a lot of things going on between that organization and the background of the family running it. So it's definitely sketchy. I'm gonna need some sort of blueprint as to how this thing is gonna go,
All right. Well, that's
because if
fine.
this gets approved by the yeah,
NWSL has the money to look into it and find out if there's something tangy about it. FBI can get involved in, like, hey, if the NWSL calls in a favor because they're big enough, and that's just the power stakes, and it's Chinese anyway. So just say, hey, Trump, got this Chinese owner over here trying to get some stake into the American owned team over here. So, unfortunately, so yeah, I'm good. I think Ted is smart enough. I would think Ted's smart enough to do his due diligence first off as well. And so this could be legit. Granted, we've done no research to follow up to see how much of the truth this is. It's I think one entity has reported it. As far as on our side, I don't know how many any
yes.
fruit stakes
So
have reported it, but
yeah, the only one I've seen was Aston Sportico. They broke the news,
yeah.
so I'm sure after this we're gonna see potentially a lot of people looking into it, and hopefully more answers
Right.
to clear out those questions that we have. And the one connection that I made, because I did look at Richard Hichel's background, that he's based in New York City, which is in close proximity to, of course, Ted Seagal. So I do wonder if there's been a connection done in the past in between the ownership or
They're
their
just neighbors
families,
now.
but then again, that could fall more on like rumors or conspiracies or anything like that. But I'm willing to lean on to reporting from independent journalists or independent parties, because uh, again, we're dealing with a group that has seen controversy, and I'm not
Look, I don't care
so
where the money
confident in this sale for
comes
now.
from, as long as it's good money, and they mean well with the club. So bring the money if you mean well. If you're just here to make money and turn a profit, then don't even bother coming over here. We don't want you, and you're not going to enjoy it one bit. You might make money in the end, but you're going to be mad going to bed every night. Well, maybe you're not, because you're going to sleep in money, but still, if you want to make money and try to grow this club, come on with it, because your money could double after that, man. Because the Dash have not done it in their history. So anybody can get the Dash over that fucking hump and put us into the spotlight and just keep us there. Make the playoffs. Be contested, man. Just man. I mean, so this could be, he's 120 million evaluation, not evaluation, 74 evaluation, 120 million offer, supposedly. Granted that, uprise, and you're expecting a lot more, especially 31 will be the World Cup. So this guy probably won't go nowhere for 5 years. Like Ted Siegel, bought the team, and we'll see what he does after the Dynamo and the World Cup for 2026. But, uh, yeah, I'm reserved. I'm okay with it if it's good money. If it's not, get the hell out of here. If your purpose is not, get the hell out of here. But Andres, final words on that one real quick before we move on.
The one thing the main one for me was just trying to figure out where the money's actually coming
Yeah,
from.
for real.
And the second biggest one is the relocation thing, which, of course, from the last time that Ted Seagal was asked about it, he said that relocation was pretty much out of the table. And apparently, according to the sources from this article, it reinforces that. So it doesn't look like relocation is in the cards, which is great. And yeah, like it's now a matter of trying to find more answers, trying to find the blueprint as to how this transaction and organizations is gonna go, because there's still a ton of questions. But I'm definitely welcome the news, but
That's
I'm
crazy
still
that when you buy a company that you say, hey, I'm guarantee you I won't move for so long, because that's the only reason you will put that in the contract, for selling a full stake of the Dash to someone else. So that would tell me that it's not a full stake, or just the dude just like, I'll give you 10 years. 10 years. If I'm not making money in 10 years, I'm moving this bitch. So, uh, kind of,
yeah, it could be conditional, but
yeah,
then again, we don't
conditional.
we
But
don't know much.
hey, if you want to buy the team that bad, and that's part of the condition that comes with it, then, so be it. We want to keep the team here. We think the team deserves to be here, and we're hoping that the fans can show out and give a little more support in the coming years. The team is doing a lot better. They're showing a lot more. The front office is doing a lot better. I know, granted, a lot of people put Dynamo next to Dash 2 at the same time. So when you think of Dynamo, you're thinking of Dash, but they are two separate offices in the same office, but two different managers, two different styles, two different personalities. Maybe the same scouting network, but I might look at it different over here than I do over here. That's Pat, and this is Angela. Hold on. This is Angela. This is Pat. And that's what it is. And Asher, I'm sorry, brother, but you're right there with Pat and Jess. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job, Jess. Keep it up, be safe. Be safe. Congrats again. So, all right, Andreas. All right. I guess we need to move on. That was a good, 15 minutes into the first friggin' topic. But that's a big topic, man. That's a big topic. A lot of people interested into
it
it.
was big.
So, y'all give a comment. I don't know if it's for real or not, just because there hasn't been a lot. Everybody's been commenting over it, and not everybody's been confirming it. So, give a comment. Are you with it or are you without it? Let us know in the Discord, in the comments of any of the platforms that y'all listen to us. Andres, let us know if they do comment. All right, check out the schedule. I want to do the schedule this time before the game, since we were the last game of the week this week. So the NWSL Roundup is first. Tuesday night was a makeup game. Angel City hosted Kansas City Current, who Angel City, of course, is our next opponent. And then Kansas City Current after that. But Angel City lost 1-0 to Kansas City Current, but Angel City was the way better team in that game. And I think KC got out of that one. And this is also looking at it before our game as well, because I did pay attention to it. And they outshot, they outpossessed. They did a lot better against the Kansas City Current than we expected. They still lost. So set up a match. They thought they were eliminated. They were wrong. Sorry, Angela from LA, Angel City. You got that one wrong, but you know what? You win in the end. Suck it. All right. Sorry, no, that was the wrong verbiage. Racing Louisville is a team that we were watching. They hosted Chicago. They got the draw, which is good, because a win, I think, would have eliminated everybody and just canceled all of any information that you needed. So the Chicago getting that draw helped us out. And then it was nothing else. Orlando beat Portland 1-0. Seattle beat Bay FC. Tied Bay FC 1-1. And then we move on to Saturday, where there was quite a few games. Kansas City Current beat Gotham 2-0, so Kansas City still winning. North Carolina Courage, another team we're watching because they're right above us. We're like, oh, they're playing Washington. Washington's going to get that win, no problem. Nope, of course not. Draw 1-1. So they stay above us. And then, of course, what was, I guess, probably the biggest factor that made everything just kind of ruin the moment was San Diego went to Utah and won 3-2, which is now made this basically mission impossible. I don't care who the guests are or who the actresses there are. Obviously, the actors are the Houston Dash, but it's mission impossible. There's basically our chances of making the playoffs, even getting 9 points, is pretty much going to be so very hard. 9 points would be the only way to do it. But, man, Roundup, all those games setting up to the game, coming for the Houston Dash, going to Angel City, where we're both confident, we're both optimistic. You felt like the team was confident and optimistic and felt like they can go in there and get a win. Angel City hasn't been bullshitting, but they have been winning. They've been losing by 1 goal every game. Andres, so Roundup, man. Though nothing happened in our favor at all, playing up to our game before, going through all those games this last week. Kind of like, y'all have hope? No.
From the start, because the score, I didn't want to watch scoreboards the entire weekend, but I had to because the playoff picture looks so difficult heading into this game, and I was just so extremely concerned, like, because we were essentially forced to win now,
Yeah.
and I was extremely nervous.
Forced to win, hoped to win, believed in a win, got texted we weren't going to win from 2 hours away, and then we did not win. So going into the game, man, Houston Dash, we have a problem. We have a big problem. Nah, it's okay. It is okay in the end. We do lose 2-0, but the we have a problem part of it is and we'll just jump into it because obviously we lost 2-0. But we'll just jump into it. Lineup was exactly the same, exactly as expected as well. The only thing that we might have expected was maybe take a defender out, put one extra attacker in because you got to go all out, got to give all in. You can't afford a loss, you can't afford a draw, you can't afford anything but a win is all you can afford. So same lineup. So now that we got the same lineup, I was like, okay, well, we have to turn the tempo up then. We have to put it all in. We have to press high. We have to push. We have to control the entire game. The game started and it was the exact opposite. Angel City came to fight, came to win, came to not give up, came to stay alive in their playoff hunt and get their 3 points and tie us for 27 points in the long run and keep themselves alive, which is impossible as well. So the Page Nielsen revenge game failed. Andres, how, man, Jesus Christ, we just failed in any attempt to try to push this season any longer. Then, man, I mean, any more than what we expected, by the way, to tell you the truth. So, how you feel?
Pretty bad, honestly. I was very disappointed with the performance.
Yeah,
You already said it that we were coming into this game with a familiar lineup that has seen results, and heading into this game, we still haven't won a game on the road in the last two tries, which obviously it was significant, but of course, the team has done very okay when it comes to road performances, and they had to come in here against Angel City, the second to last road game of the season, and get a result because they saw over the over the weekend the teams that uh couldn't get a result got a result and making the playoff actually miserable for Houston. But I know they're always gonna tell you to take it game by game. The game is a final and all that, but like sometimes as a player, you just feel that you feel that kind of pressure of outperforming the opponent and trying to get the result, especially a win in this situation. And Angel City came to fight, and they get they were the team that pushed Houston around for the most part, and they were just able to make life miserable for them. And it sucks. It sucks because I know Houston can play better than this, and unfortunately, uh, it we really sucked at that time.
hey, Dashers, this, I think they beat themselves up, and just the anxiety got to them, and they just tried a little bit too freaking hard, and the stats are going to show, and then the action showed as well when you just watched it multiple times where a player dribbled straight into a defender or over dribbled herself straight into a defender and just gave the ball up a little too easy or made a bad pass and was straight to a defender. Looking at the stats, man, the stats just said it all too as well. When you look at the stats, obviously Angel City won the game. You're like, yeah, well, yeah, of course they won the game. 3.09 expected goal difference to 0.62, and the final score was 2-0. So yeah, that stands out properly. 21 shots to 10. Yep. Yep. 9 shots to 3 on target. Yep. Okay. Angel City's already got it. You know, we had more possession, we had more passes, but that didn't matter. Angel City wasn't trying to possess the game; they were just trying to control the game, and they controlled it, and they pushed forward, and their press was even doing better. We were brain farting. We were too slow coming out of the back. We were just not moving and not had the right opportunity. And that's crazy for the same lineup we've had for the past however many games it is. In this moment when you can't make mistakes and that kind of sucks because, man, what does that show you too at the same time, Andres? This team, at the moment, you're about to be cut off and you performed in this manner. That's disappointing. I hope that changes for next season and you fight and you come back and fight. I know you're missing some people with a lot of injuries, but that wasn't a good performance to show for the grit. I don't know, man. Andres, how do you feel about the fight, the energy from the dash is what I should say, not the fight, the energy.
it's more so that in certain moments of the game they show weakness, and I don't want to say like if this is like weakness out of the character or their ability to play soccer, but honestly, like if it comes down to a couple players that can definitely make a difference, like for example, Eric Patterson being one of them. If the opposing team targets the players that Houston definitely favors to drive the play forward or just be a menace all around, I feel like choking them out or just being able to play on the low block very well is just gonna cause issues for Houston every single time, almost every single time. And I feel like that's our main weakness right now because we obviously we're still obviously over the course of the season we got to understand each other better, but I feel like we're still in the stages of trying to
Go beyond.
overcome or understand how to overcome that type of adversity.
Yeah,
Because like coming out of a 2-0 scoreline is definitely difficult, and especially on the road, regardless of how good you are on the road or not, like it still it still takes commitment. It still takes hard work because it's not easy. But I feel like that's one of the things that's killing Houston. And in some of the performances this year, granted, I gave that a break this season because obviously new coach and new tactics, new players, a new front office and all that. But yeah, it's still annoying. This is a game that they had to come in and win, and now we have to suck it up.
look, Dash don't deserve a break anymore coming into seasons anymore. Like the history shows that nobody deserves a break anymore. So, uh, do we call this season a success? We'll talk about it in a couple weeks after the season's over. Granted, we're not going to make the playoffs. What were the intangibles that improved this team? Is this team going to improve going forward, or is this going to be the same SSDD from the previous seasons? So that's something that we're going to break down. We're going to get into. Did you enjoy Fabrice? Did you enjoy his time? Is he able to improve more? Are we able to bring in more players and help evolve and help grow this team? That's something we got to talk about and work on this off season, and that's a big question for a lot of these fans. So it's just disappointing. It is a character improvement, though. Playing in one of these games and facing that adversity and just absolute failing. So hopefully it's something that none of these girls want to feel again or come across again. They're going to obviously being a professional. You're not the Yankees of the 19 whatever 50s, 60s, 30s, or 20s when you won 13 straight or whatever it was, 7 straight. I think. Don't quote me on none of those information, but times now, man. So I hope it builds their character, but man, that was just a disappointing loss and a disappointing way to lose. And I'm sure Andres from the press conference. Do you want to add anything that Fabrice might have said or Alozia might have said that the fans should maybe take notice? Did something just catch your eyes, or are we just moving on to the next part?
It's more so moving on because I was expecting the same theme of
Yeah.
we take a game by game, but at the same time they took ownership of the loss and the things that they had to improve on. Obviously, most of those things fall on the performances that happen on the field, but it's always good that they take that type of accountability. They just have to go out and get to the next game because they have to win now. Like, there's really nothing else they can do now.
I mean, no choice, but it doesn't matter because it's not in their own hands. You do have to win, but if somebody else just gets 1 point, it's over. No matter what. So not likely, and we're playing Kansas City next, anyways. So man, there was a lot though. You couldn't score a goal in a game that you needed goals. Questions: what's next? How can you improve? We need a goal scoring player up top, man. Clarissa played first half Marissa Bright played the second half. Otherwise than that, you got Duljan did get some time finally. Gary's got some time, but nobody was able to create. Lisa Botine got some time, and got 45 minutes worth of time too. So I'm glad she got the 45 minutes. But nobody stood out. Nobody, even Paige didn't stay out. Abby Smith had a horrible game, girl. Oh man, what a game to have, man. But all right. We've been doing this for 15 minutes. Andres, I'll let you have the final verbiage on this Houston Dash failure in Angel City. They were not angels to us. We lost 0-2, pretty much eliminated us for playoffs, even though we're still technically alive. We must win both games and have all kinds of help. I have those written down, what kind of help we need, but final verbiage on Houston Dash versus Angel City. I know you probably said that a while ago, too.
No, I mean, kind of just to piggyback on what you said about that type of of goal scorer. You could even be a playmaker that can just like create those type of opportunities, but eventually it kind of comes down to that. You see us playing, and you see us kind of just have that type of blueprint that's kind of sometimes easy to predict.
Yeah. Go back to our summer.
We always. I hate that we repeat ourselves, but it's so true because we go back to Kansas City Current, we go back to Chawinga, we go back to all the players that come through in the whistle. I hate that we're like falling behind in having that type of star that can just be that type of player that fans and other teams look at us and they're like, okay, we have to cover this player at all costs no matter what. We don't have that type of player, unfortunately.
No, we don't.
That's not to say that we don't have talented players, but I wanted to mention like the player that everybody has to watch out for, because from that player you can open up a lot of opportunities, or use that player as a decoy for your own tactics. So like
Rachel Daly.
It's yeah.
That player. No, you're right. And Yaz had a bad game, and then you even mentioned it. Avery did not have a good game either, and both played the same side for the most part. Kiki didn't step up on the left side when making up for Yaz not doing well on the right side. So there was a lot of players that didn't perform, and Alosia didn't do well. Paige was struggling. Malia Barkley too, and then of course we throw Abby Smith under the bus right here, hook 'em horns. But it's just we just overall had a bad performance for the team. All right, moving on. NWSL standings. And the only thing that matters is 8th place right now, because we cannot make 7th place whatsoever. So 8th place is all that matters. Racing Louisville with 33 points is the only thing that is keeping us in this for some reason. 9th place, North Carolina Courage 29, Angel City with 27, and then the Houston Dash with 27. And you're like, how is there 3 teams ahead of us and we're still able to make the playoffs with 6 points available with 2 games to go, which is 6 points? So you're like, how is that even possible? You should be eliminated, right?
That parity, though. Yeah, that parity. No, we just talking about MLS a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. It's stupid, right? It's stupid. Yep. But everybody plays everybody else that is already in or already out for the teams that we have left this week, as a matter of fact. So Dash with 27 points. Angel City with 27 points. Host Portland, who are already in, and at Chicago, who are already out. So Angel City could lose both those games. Okay? Cancel them. Boom. North Carolina Courage with 29 points are at Bay. Let's say they lose. And then host Gotham. Let's say they lose. Bay is out. Gotham is in. All right? They say they lose. They're still at 29 points. Racing, 33 points at Gotham. Let's say they lose. And then home against Bay. Let's say they lose. 33 points. Houston Dash beat Kansas City, who is already in. Beat Portland, who is already in. 6 points. I think it comes down to goal differential because it has to come down to goal differential is the only way because against Racing Louisville, we tied and then we lost. So it's not head to head. It can't be head to head as the first tiebreaker, or we should be eliminated unless I'm just missing something. So it has to come down to goal differential because if we get 6 points, we're at 33. Racing's at 33. They have 2 losses. They're at -4. We have 2 wins. We're at -11. I imagine we can close that gap and pass them. Everybody else loses, we pass them automatically. So that is what the universe is telling you how it is possible that Houston Dash can still win. Andreas, I just fed you with a lot of information. We need Angel City to lose twice. We need North Carolina to lose twice. We need Racing to lose twice. And obviously we can't win both our games 1-0 unless Racing's going to go lose 4-0 and 4-0 and give us that opportunity on goal differential. So there you go, bro. Your mind is spinning. I can see it. A13 or 3-1 Atlas. Tell me what's going on.
I hate that we have a mathematical probability because we are back at the Dynamo situation that everything has to go in our favor. Like on top of us winning all the games to have a possibility or even thinking about making playoffs.
Bro, it's retarded.
I mean, it's we don't we don't e- we don't even have to just win all of the 2 games we have left. We have to hope that people above us lose their games.
We need 2 wins and
insane.
6 losses.
And a better goal differential.
Yeah.
So we have to actually score multiple goals against Kansas City, Current, and Portland on the road. So,
bro, that's nuts. That's right. That's why.
we have.
Hey, we're still in it though.
We have to bet on this. We have to do some sort of bet.
Bro, what would be the parlay on that? Dash to make the playoffs right now. What? Bro, I throw $10 on to make $1 million.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind putting $20 there. That would be insane.
Probably wouldn't even let you. Hey, you want to give me $10? Yeah, I'll give you $10. What's my?
I'll give you $10. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to look into that ESPN bet. Let's go. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Well, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Insane.
Obviously impossible, and that's why I started. The pregame edit for this weekend was Mission Impossible. 3 games left. This episode 1, the Page Revenge. Obviously, Page Revenge failed, but episode 2 still exists. So, what's going to happen? Defeat Chawinga. So it's possible though, because sometimes they struggle to score, but their defense is so freaking good, man. They deserve to be where they're at. They're the best team in the league. So, all right, man. Last little question, real quick. We're gonna cut it a little earlier tonight than usual. Not keep y'all too busy unless Andreas has more. But Andreas, is time up for the Houston Dash?
It kind of is. It's they have to rely on a miracle to get into playoffs now. Can they win the last 2 games? If they work for it, they can. Of course, the insane game is gonna be against Kansas City Current because regardless if they already made playoffs and clinched the Shield, there's still gonna be an insane opponent. I feel like they're not gonna waste the opportunity to sit their players because there is an international break coming up and they need to keep that momentum going. So, like that game's gonna be insane. Of course, Decision Day at Portland Thorns is gonna be insane as well.
Yeah.
Scoring multiple goals is gonna be insanely difficult. On top of the fact that the teams above us have to lose their games, so like it's a nightmare, man. It's a nightmare scenario. I don't like it. The season is practically over, unless like a Christmas evangelical miracle of of the ages happens
Well, we're
because
not getting no
there's
angelical miracle coming from Angel City, so
no, not from Angel City, not from Angel
no.
City, but maybe from the teams playing the teams that they have to beat, maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And I do technically want to correct myself because some of those teams I said that were in are technically not in just quite yet. North Carolina Courage at 29 points can still get 35 points. North Carolina got them with at sitting all the way at 4, still at 35 points. Seattle still at 35 points. San Diego 34, Portland 34, and of course Racing 33. So there still are a couple teams above Racing that still need to technically clinch their playoff berth. All that mattered to the Houston Dash is Racing Louisville. I know I threw in Gotham still trying to qualify. All they need is 1 point and they pretty much qualify. I think is what that one is in the two games. But we need them to win both their games according to our scenario. So Gotham, don't give up. Win both your games. Bay, I need you to do. Oh man, Bay, we need Bay to win both their games. Shit. Forgot about that part. And then Angels playing Portland. Portland still needs to win to secure, make sure no one sneaks up behind them. And then at Chicago with Angel City. Chicago, end of season with a win at home. You've been playing well at the end of the season. So it is possible and plausible, but man, the second that happens, 6 losses and 2 wins, I'm buying a lottery ticket. I'm proposing to somebody. I don't know whoever the fuck I see that night. I don't know what else is going to go on, man. But if that happens, 6 losses and 2 wins, Andres, what are you going to do? And don't say you're going to Disneyland.
no, I mean I'm gonna have to think about it because I'm gonna have to make it some sort of bet to, if,
Yeah,
for next week.
that's nuts.
And but yeah, I don't know about tattoos yet. I'm saving tattoos for trophies, but but yeah, like I mean it will be an insane miracle.
Insane, insane. So there's still hey, like we told y'all Dashers, there still is hope. Not a lot of hope, not a lot of hope coming from us either. But it's still possible, man. It's still possible. If you go by the betting lines, some of those are still possible, still close. Keep an eye out. Man, check it out. We're not done yet, which means we're not ready to move to the off season yet. We will talk about the off season soon. But now we want to segue to let y'all know Noodle Time is live on Thursday night, where we do still get to talk about the Houston Dynamo. So, Andres, I'll segue to you. If you want to prep the people up for Noodle Time on Thursday night, let them know what we're going to talk about, what you got set up for us. And then the quick segue also to Foxtrot TV, where they can find anything and everything you need from us, man. Take it over.
Of course, yeah, like always you said, noodle time still going. Uh, uh, regardless if the Dynamo are kicking a ball or not, we're still gonna do it no matter what. Thursday night at 8. So that's gonna be on Foxtrot TV live on YouTube. Of course, if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, you're at the right place. If you haven't subscribed yet or given us a like on our videos, make sure you do that. YouTube.com/dynamicfoxtrot. Of course, if you subscribe, the live streams are going to be there. You're also getting all of our content. That's Dispatch, Noodle Time, Foxtrot Game Days, all of our content in one place, and also the media availability from the Dynamo and Dash. So make sure you are tuned into those. And of course, on social media, at Dynamic Foxtrot is going to be our handle for Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. We also have another handle on Twitter called Noodle Tiempo. So make sure you are following those profiles to be covered on all bases. And of course, we did share our opinions. We did share the articles like we mentioned about the potential ownership sale. So check it out there if you haven't already. And and yeah, That's more so the gist of it. We do have a lot planned for the next little time because we're still also we do have one more game to go and starting to look out for towards the off season and the changes that have to be made. Similar is gonna be for the dash. Of course, the timing of it is gonna depend on how they do against Kansas City current and whatever happens across the league. And if we get eliminated, of course, we're gonna start talking about it as soon as possible. But we do have a lot of content and a lot of things in the works for y'all. So, one more time, we do appreciate the support you guys give us every day, every week, and we love y'all.
All right, Andres. KC Current coming into town this weekend. Saturday night, 6:30 game time at Shell Energy Stadium. Scarf giveaway for fans that are showing up to the game. Get your tickets. Be there. Houston Dynamo don't play till 8 o'clock, so that you could get out of the Dash game and go over to pitch 25 where the official watch party is, and you get to join the game probably about 25 minutes into the first half, unless you're trying to get autographs from Dash players. But so you could do a Dash and a Dynamo double header on Saturday night. Go to the Dash game. Go to pitch 25 where the official watch party and some of our Surge members will be at, and they'll be watching the Dynamo right there. So looking forward to it. I'll be down there. Andres will be down there, guys. This is the Dash Dispatch. But Andres, man, what will the score be against Kansas City Current this weekend?
I hate this prediction.
Yeah, we all do, but we got to keep it real.
Vibes only, no logic. The brain turn off. 4-2 Houston.
4-2 Houston. What? What'd you say?
4-2 Houston. No logic. Brain turn off.
Where was this last weekend, bro? Where was this last weekend? 4-2. All right, man. All right. I'm gonna burst the bubble, and it's 3-1 Kansas City. All right.
I mean, you turn on your brain. I didn't.
Well, I know you're speaking with your heart, but damn, that's why I kind of led with keep it real. But hey, man, I'm with you. I don't know where 4 goals are coming from, but the universe could be like, hey, you know what? Screw them over. They're gonna win the cup anyways, or the title anyway, the trophy anyway. So go ahead and get this win. Go and get this win. It doesn't make up for that playoff loss, but you know what? You could go win 4-2. That's all good with us. Yeah, they're gonna go through the playoffs and beat everybody anyway. So go ahead. You deserve a win, and you get to stay alive, unless somebody of those other 3, Angel City, North Carolina Racing, get a win or even get a point. But all right, man. Andres, man, thank you for coming on. Hope to see more of you. We only have 2 games left. You'll be in Houston this weekend, I believe you said, correct?
Yes.
Yep. So we got a big game for the Dash against Kansas City. We hope to get our scarf as well. But man, as he said, follow on Foxtrot TV, follow on YouTube, all the other platforms as well. Apple, Spotify, all those other good ones. Comment on the Twitters, comment on the Instagrams. It may be slow sometimes replying, but we'll see him. We'll reply back to you. Let us know. Say hi. Especially Jennifer, I know you were running past me during the concourse the other game and you said hi. So I saw you, and a couple other people I saw as well. You know, so say hi if you have time. If you want to talk too, stop and say, hey, let's talk. We'll pull up the camera real quick and we'll talk. Because I do want to ask the fans when I see y'all this weekend if y'all have a message to the club or to the players. And I want to hear what you have to say. So I might bring the whiteboard with me and put a message on it. Do you want to message to the fans? Message from the fans to the club or to the players and see what you got to say. So I want to hear y'all. If you want to give a message, stop us. I'm taking your message. It's going to be like an answer machine, if y'all know that. If you don't know that, ask your mom. Ask your dad. Andres, thank you for coming in tonight. H is up, man. Final words. We'll let you have the final words before we head out tonight.
Man, Jesus, take the wheel, or I don't know. We need a miracle.
Yeah, need a miracle. Ice Cube's coming to Austin soon, so maybe we can we can find some kind of attitude and break it off for the next 2 games and get 6 points, and then somehow interrupt these other two teams where we need them to lose 2 games each. But all right, y'all. This is the Dash Dispatch. Thank y'all for listening. H Town and all around. We'll see y'all around next time, Saturday night in Houston, and the watch party as well if we get out of there quick enough. H is up. See y'all soon. Peace.
Go beyond.